Welcome everyone to CueSoc 9-Ball League Season 2 Finals.
Hello. So that was Harris just then, as always, and Glanden here as well. So today for the finals, we have me XD and UWU XD. Oh my goodness. Alright, so bit of a team info on everyone. Right now, actually, since we're already rolling, I'll introduce the two players playing first. So we got Harry, who just broke, and playing against Harry is Michel. So Harry's part of. Oh, never mind. Sorry, they're practicing. I thought this was a real match. Okay. Okay, cool. My bad. So we got a UWU XD. Yeah, and our first player from UWU XD is Patrick. Patrick's fourth year studying electrical engineering at UTS. Very, very smart. Recently got a great internship, I believe. So, you know, bright pool future and bright, I don't know, future in life as well. His fun fact of the day is, even though he's team captain, he said that he was actually playing really bad today, and he was carried by Min-Jae, who I'll introduce in a second. And Min-Jae, he believes, is actually the true team captain for today. And Min-Jae, you can see actually playing on the table right now in the white shirt. So, yeah. And speaking of Min-Jae, Min-Jae's second year science in UNSW. And finally, Harry, who just broke in the maroon shirt. I think you guys might have seen him. Did he make a previous appearance before?
This is his first time.
Oh, okay. So this is his first time. Harry, I'm really scared to pronounce his surname wrong, so I'm just not going to say it. Harry's fifth year. Also electrical engineering at UTS. And a fun fact about him is that he's very sick health-wise. I don't know what that means.
No, he's just feeling sick today throughout the whole day. That's what it means.
Right. Okay. I'll get Harris to introduce me XD.
So me XD is I think it's a recurring team in a lot of CueSoc competitions. I think they've changed their name for a lot of seasons. So for I think a couple of seasons of 8-Ball League, it's evolved from me XD to me XD. To me. But so the team has been the same for most of these seasons. We've got Michel, who's a fourth year actuarial student at Macquarie. Anita is a third year studying med at UNSW, and Waising is also third year. He's doing arts and business. And yeah, those are the teams.
Yeah, like what Harris was saying just then. They used to me XD used to be me XD, and they actually won minors for 8-Ball League one time, and they're a very, very strong team, I would say, in CueSoc in general, because every single player, there's no exact standout player in the team, but the average skill level is compared to every other team, like very, very level, very high. They're not, I would say they're not high, like their skill level isn't the highest in CueSoc, definitely. So their handicaps relatively is, you know, near the middle, if not on the lower range of our handicap system. But they're also good enough players to really do some damage no matter who they play. And not even just good enough, they're actually skillful players who will be able to do a lot of damage to anyone, and that's what makes them such a dangerous team. Anyway, I'll get Harris to introduce some competition info for us today for the 9-ball.
So as a contrast to 8-Ball League, which is played with 8-Ball obviously, and the point scoring system in 8-Ball League is done by the amount of balls that you pot. 9-Ball League is done very similarly to Inter-Uni actually. Inter-Uni models off the 9-Ball League scoring system. But essentially, it's just 9-ball, and whoever wins the rack gets their opponent's handicap added onto their score, their team score. So at the moment, we have Harry and Michelle. If Michelle wins, she's going to receive 4, since Harry is a 4 handicap, and the same way if Harry won, he would receive 4, since Michelle is also a 4 handicap. And so we've got 3 rounds of singles, 3 rounds of doubles, I should say, and then 1 round of marquee singles at the very end, which is worth double points. So very similar format to Inter-Uni, except we're missing 1 player, so we're only playing with 3 people teams in this format. 9-ball League is a relatively new addition to the CueSoc roster of events, I would say. Traditionally, we've only run 8-ball League, but beginning of about December 2018, the summer period towards early 2019, is when the first season of 9-ball League ran. And I think, which team was it? Anita was actually in the winning team for season 1. It was pool ? But it was composed of Anita, Luke Wang, and Axel Petrovic. But yeah, I would describe this format in comparison with 8-ball League. It's a lot faster. You can get golden breaks. You can run out 9 balls a lot quicker than you can in 8-ball, since there's less traffic. And yeah, as we can see now, Michelle and Harry are playing, and I'm sure that most of the frames we're going to watch today are going to be pretty quick, because once you get those first few balls out of the way, there's not much traffic left. Like just now, there's only 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's not much to hinder you if you provided that you don't run out of position. So yeah, quite a fast-paced set of finals I think we got today.
Yeah, so here just then, obviously if for any of you guys who wants a bit of the revision on the rules, 9-ball is played in number order. So obviously 1 to 9, and flukes also count. Right? So flukes as in, as long as you hit the lowest number ball on the table, if any ball goes in, the person stays on the table. Right? That's the easiest way to explain it. If any ball goes into any pocket, other than the cue ball, of course. And the reason why I want to bring that up just is if you guys go back, a minute, 30 a minute or like another 30 seconds, you guys, or if you guys remember, Harry actually fluked the 3 ball in this frame that we're watching right now. So yeah, that's basically a quick rundown of the rules. Decent safety played here, if we want to focus back on the TV table here. Harry just kind of tried to leave a hard pot for Michelle. See what she does. Michelle went for the pot and nope. Okay, left it relatively safe. And meanwhile, another thing to mention is that there's actually another match going on at the same time right now as well. We have Min-Jae playing Anita on our second match table, just to make sure that things don't go too slow. And on our third match table, we have Waising against Patrick. Currently, in Patrick and Waising's game, they're on the 6th, with Waising on the table. Same for our TV table here, and Min-Jae has just missed a 7-ball against Anita. So, yeah, like Harris said, very, very fast-paced game, 9-ball. Because, if you miss, you don't have kind of your whole set of solids to run out, like in 8-ball, where you kind of just go from where the table's left off. And, both players will have 3 balls left, or both players will have 2 balls left, or however many,
And also, in terms of format, whoever breaks each frame is predetermined. So it's sort of balanced out across the team, so that over all the matches, each team will get an equal amount of breaks, except for the marquee round, where it's a lag to break between each player of each equal handicap. And yeah, so Harry will probably draw out this 7-ball. And that's what he tried to do, but he ended up stunning it.
That's right. This is This is, as long as he makes the pot on the 8, though, the cue ball would just go back up and come down. So I think all he has to focus on is just to make sure he has a good solid stroke, make sure he's aiming properly at the right spot, and I think he'll be fine. So it's actually not as hard as you would think. That's perfect. That's very nice. Actually, I take that back. I take that back. I wouldn't say that was perfect. I would have much rather the ball go up, hit that top rail, and bounce back down towards the 9. But he's fine. He managed to hold the cue ball properly, and I would definitely not say that this is a hard shot. Oh. I think he kind of babied it there a little. I think Harry's a little timid. Isn't really hitting it with confidence right now, which is a little unfortunate, but he's left. Yeah, easy pop for Michel there. So Michel ends up gaining, if you guys remember from Inter-Uni, Michel ends up gaining Harry's handicap. So Michel has scored 4 points for her team. And meanwhile, we also had Min-Jae and Anita's game finish where Min-Jae beat Anita. So the score right now is currently tied at 4-all. And we're just waiting on Waising and Patrick's match at the moment. Patrick's on the table with a 9-ball left. It's got a whole table cut, so it's definitely not easy. But see how it goes. Oh, nice shot there. Very, very nice shot there. So as you guys can see from the... Actually, yeah, we got a moving camera, which is operated by Will. So you guys might even see us commentating here. Hello, hello. But yeah. So Patrick ended up putting that 9-ball. And they are up 8-4 at the moment.
You and Patrick on this table.
Is it rolling constantly? Oh. I reckon it would be cool if you have it rolling constantly. You get 2 cameras. Alright, well, yeah, no, new addition to our, as you guys will probably have already realized by the time this video comes out, but we actually have another camera today. So you guys will be able to check out some action on all the other tables as well, other than the TV table. But yeah, okay, so that's the first round done. As Harris has mentioned, very, very, very quick. We'll make sure to have all the doubles matches and the double point / marquee singles all on the TV table, so you guys can get a little bit extra action. This next match will have Michel against Min-Jae, Anita against Patrick, and Waising against Harry. So on our TV table now, we'll have Patrick and Anita on the table with Patrick breaking. And on our other table, which you guys will also be able to get a view of, will be, I think the camera's rolling on Min-Jae and Michel right now. Alright, so
this additional camera feature is quite nice. It lets us give you guys some footage so you're not watching a blank table like it was in Inter-Uni. We actually used the secondary camera in 9-ball 2018, I think, but we didn't really experiment with it that much until now, and I guess we'll bring it back. It makes it much better, so we don't have to watch a blank table.
Yeah, also another problem back then was that we didn't have a gimbal, so a stabilizer. But this time around, by the time you guys see the video, it will actually be very, very nice, very stabilized, very smooth, good and nice camera angles, which we'll provide for you guys. So it will be good. Anyway, so let's focus on the TV table for now. We have Patrick breaking off here. I don't know if any of you have watched the 9-ball finals, which Harris and I commentated between Grant and Nigel.
Yeah, Nigel.
Was it?
Nigel.
Yeah, but we actually talked a lot about kind of the theory for 9-ball and, kind of where to hit for the 9-ball break, which actually can be mastered fairly easily and very, very consistently. But yeah, no. Just wanted to make a comment on the fact that Patrick on this break actually hit the wrong side of the rack, which she has to hit. So which he had to hit.
It was a very aggressive bank from Anita. I think I would characterize Anita's playstyle as very consistent, and then she pulls a lot of amazing shots out of nowhere. She tends to be looking like, she's playing very normally, and then, she'll pull like
Just
some
knock
crazy
in
bank
amazing
or
shots,
knock in
yeah.
an amazing long pot or something like that. She's very spontaneous in that matter, I would say.
Yeah, no. She's definitely single-handedly, hands down, in CueSoc, the most aggressive player I know. Like, she will legit go for any, like, if it has a pocket, she'll go for it. Like, there's no other way about it. And if there's no direct pocket, she'll bank it. Like, there's, and this is speaking from personal experience. I actually played Me XD in the first round. What an awkward name to say. I actually played them first round. And one of the crucial matches was the marquee/double point matches that Anita had against one of my teammates, Kevin. And I wish I could recreate for you. Probably won't have the chance to, but Anita pulled a match-winning shot against us that put us out of contention to win the first round. And from there, here they are, in the finals. So, yeah, no, definitely a very, very aggressive player. No aggressive shot there by Patrick. Ended up being pretty safe, so he's kind of awarded for his efforts. Oh, there we go again. Another aggressive shot. She'll probably go for the bank again here. I would say. I would not be surprised if she just, absolutely just smashes it in.
Yeah, Anita's very fun to watch. Very fun to watch player.
Oh, she went for the cut. Oh, and she overcut it too. That was ridiculous. Absolutely redonkulous. While Patrick's contemplating the show, we have our camera rolling for Waising and Harry's table. I think Waising might be going for a 4-9, some sort of 4-9, trying to pot the 9 there. I think he's trying to cut the 4 into the 9, see how he goes. Oh no, he was going for the bank. Ended up okay. The 5 ball's tied up as well, so not exactly easy for Harry, who's coming on the table now. Meanwhile, if we focus back onto the TV table, Patrick actually, that was a great shot. Like, I actually like the idea, like what he was going there. He, he underhit it by quite a bit, but the line he had there was actually a very, very nice, and I would say in a way advanced line that he was trying to get the cue ball to carry. But see what he can do with the 7 there. Not sure what he was trying to do. Maybe he was trying to bank it into the top right corner. Not exactly too bad of a leave.
Yeah, I think Patrick, just speaking from watching him since the start of the 9-ball season, I didn't play this season, but I definitely got to watch the players as they played throughout the 8 weeks that this league ran over. And I'd say Patrick is one of those players that improved heaps, definitely heaps, since the start of the season. I remember I was playing 8-ball league against him, I think against him the season before.
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you here. I want us to focus on the TV table. I feel like this is going to be a trademark Anita shot. Look at that. Just the fact that she just slams it in every single time, dude. I'm telling you right now, like I knew she was going to make that. You know what I mean? That is such an Anita shot. It's actually crazy.
Anita's like a characteristic underdog. You think she's not going to make these like really high level, I'd say like almost pro level shots, and then she happens to but she makes them out of nowhere. It's quite unexpected. It's quite fun to watch.
Yeah, 100%. But sorry to distract you there. I actually completely forgot what you were talking about as well. But
Patrick has improved heaps, since the start of the season. And let me just fill in the scores here.
Yeah. And meanwhile, in the post edit, we can probably take a look at the matches that are happening on the other table. So Min-Jae is on the 8 ball right now. Nice spot there on the 8. Not too hard of a cut on the 9 ball for him. See if he can deliver. That's a nice shot. Yep. So Min-Jae's beat Michel here. And here we can also pan to Waising shot. He's also on the last 2 balls. Very nice shot there. He hit it a bit hard. The line was good. If he hit it a little softer, the cue ball wouldn't have ended up right up the top there. I wouldn't say the top. I would say, just the left side of the table from what you guys are looking at. But, he's on the 9. He still has a chance. Not exactly the easiest queuing, but he's managed to, shoot that very, very quickly and very cleanly as well. So Waising managed to get some success from his match against Harry. So a little bit of an update on the scores here. Still quite tight. 12-11 to UWU XD at the moment. Hello. You guys finally get to see the commentator setup right here. Match right now is at 12-11 to UWU XD. And on our TV table, we will be starting our next round match, which is between Waising and Min-Jae. And on our other 2 tables will be Michel and Patrick, and then Anita and Harry. While I have you guys here, speaking of this commentator setup, I'd like to give a shout out to Harris right here. This is like the best setup we've ever had. Right now, like we have this little corner where we can see all 3
Traditionally,
tables.
we've had it in the crappy corner right over there that Will's going to show you now. And because it's right under the speaker, as you guys can see, we would pick up heaps of background noise, and it was also really cramped there. So this setup's much better.
Yeah, no, so definitely credit to Harris and Patrick for setting this up. Anyway, let's get back to our action here. Waising's about to break off against. Sorry, was it Min-Jae? Yeah, it was Min-Jae. And we also have our other matches starting. Michel and Patrick, and Anita and Harry. So we'll cut back to that when we have the chance to using Will's little gimbal. But let's pick a match. Let's pick a match, Harris. Now that we have all 3, let's pick a match to focus on.
I think we should pick these 2 because we haven't. That's why I put them on the table, because we haven't seen it.
Yeah, our TV. Yeah, our TV table. Cool. I think Waising was trying to get the 9 ball to move on that shot. I don't think he had a clear shot on the 1, so he was trying to get that 9 ball to move there. Ended up pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, I think if he takes a thin cut here, he might run into some balls down table.
Might run into the 5.
So I think he's going to play safe here, roll up just behind the 4 is what he tried to do.
Yeah, but that was a foul. So, we need any ball on the table to contact the rail after a legal shot has been made, and that applies in 8 ball, 9 ball, and 10 ball. Provided that it's not a foul as you hit the correct object ball, you do need another ball to touch the rail. So in that case, Min-Jae didn't manage to do that. What I love about Min-Jae's game, which I've noticed especially today, Harris, is how many safeties he plays.
Oh yeah.
Safeties is so important in 9 ball. And in 8 ball, I would say someone like, for example, Anita, her style will excel. Because 1, there are options, and 2, there are you know,
You don't get punished for cleaning everything.
yeah, that's right. You don't get punished for clearing everything up, and at the same time, you actually have a lot less balls to hide behind anyway. So you kind of want to be very, very aggressive. But when it comes to rotation games like 10 ball and 9 ball, when there's only one ball to hit on the table, it's actually a lot easier to hide the cue ball when it comes to it. And what I love about how Min-Jae plays is how conservative and how safe, how much he maintains control on the table. That's very, very good. That's something that's very, very cool. And it's something that a lot of players should learn, actually.
So I think the 5 goes in the top right. He would love to come over to this bottom side of the table to take it in that corner. Little quit on the stroke there. And he's left a semi-tough shot for Waising.
Yeah, Waising can definitely opt to play safe here. Although the cut isn't exactly not on, so it depends on what he wants to do. But yeah, no, the reason why I was bringing that up, Harris, is because I was actually talking to one of the top players in Australia. His name's Chris Calabrese. He's represented Australia in the World Cup of Pool for doubles before, if you guys want to check that out on YouTube as well. And he was talking to me, and he was saying...
oh wow, I think he went for the 9 there.
Oh, did he?
Or maybe something like that. I think he was trying to run into that pack there and get the 9 moving, but anyway, go on.
Yeah, so anyway, back to... I mean, he ended up very good, actually. Like, Min-Jae can probably see the 4, but not pot it. But yeah, no, Chris was talking to me about... He looked around at all the other kind of, we'll say, top players in City Heroes. There are a lot of players here who are considered, you know, everyone likes to call them masters, the masters of City Heroes. And he was looking around, and, you know, he was telling me that everyone in this pool hall, especially when they play 9 ball and 10 ball, can increase and elevate their game by at least 10% if they just played more safeties and try to maintain control over the table instead of really trying to clear up all in one go. And, you know, I really took that as gospel. Oh, wow, what a great safety. And I really try to take that as gospel, really. I mean, considering that he used to be, pretty sure he used to be former, you know, Australian number 1, if not definitely New South Wales number 1, 100%. And, you know, it comes to the point where the safety game is actually very, very important. And speaking of that, as you guys can notice here, Waising put Min-Jae in what we call a lockdown safety. So his cue ball is very, very close to another object ball, and it forces a lot of thinking in the opponent to try and escape that. And as you can see there, it was highly, highly effective. So Waising maintains control of the table, and if anything, being able to have a ball in hand could be better than kind of having to pot tough shots every single time. And yeah, no, that was just something I wanted to touch on.
Yeah, I think Waising will probably be favoured to clean out here. His angle is a little straighter than he wanted here. He needs to come probably above or below the 6 on the camera. Or he could play the short side like that. That's a pretty good shot as well. But he might just slow roll this for the 7, and then the 9 he should be able to take down the line. Shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, that's a nice shot there. This one, as long as he focuses on the pot with a medium pace, I don't think he'll have too much problem. He might opt to bank it. Banking is also an option too. But I think he rolled it forward just a little too much there. Not gonna lie. Okay, so he went for the cut, and I think he actually... Yeah, he missed the ball completely.
Yeah, I think at this level, Glanden, there's a very... I'd say, like, you cut the ball right. There's a wide variety of angles. In terms of, if you take the top percentile of thin cuts for each shot, I'd say that, you know, if you're looking at this, like, even this is a thin cut, right? But I think a lot of the players in CueSoc, generally if they're presented with that shot, as a contrast to maybe other player bases, a lot of CueSoc players will choose the bank, either the cross side or the cross corner bank when they're presented with a really thin cut, which is just an interesting note that Waising actually took on the cut there. But I think it's easier to hit a full ball like that into the rail and aim it properly than it is to maintain the thinness of a thin cut.
I think Will was recording there, but hopefully in post-edit, we'll be able to pull up a really, really sick shot on the 9-ball that Patrick made against Michel for the win. It was I didn't exactly catch the full extent of it, but it was a pretty crazy bank. And so I think post-edit will be done by you, Harris, wouldn't it? Okay, cool. So I'm sure Harris will be able to include that clip, which Will has of that crazy frame-ending shot that Patrick managed to pull on Michel. Meanwhile, while Waising's contemplating the 9-ball here, Harry's actually on the 7-ball, which he has missed. Yeah, which brings Anita back onto the table.
Fired, though.
He did. And meanwhile, Waising fired the 9-ball too and nearly made it. He rattled off both corner pockets but came back out. A little fortunate there to leave such a tough ball for Min-Jae, but such is rotation and such is the game of 9-ball especially.
The shot Min-Jae here it reminds me of the shot that David Alcade had to play to win what was it? World Pool Masters?
Yeah.
9-ball, was it 9-ball?
World Pool Masters, yeah.
World Pool Masters 9-ball, where he took the cross table bank and then he jumped up on the table and started celebrating. Oh, jeez.
Unlucky there. So Min-Jae managed to scratch there. Min-Jae managed to scratch there. So because he fouled on the 9-ball, the 9-ball, which is the key ball there, gets respotted and Waising gets a ball in hand. So basically, I don't want to jinx it, but usually when you pop either 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball, whatever, usually when you put the last ball in scratch, we don't really play it. But for the sake of this tournament, we will. And Waising has come out on top right here. Meanwhile, we'll pan to our last match of the singles between Harry and Anita. So Harry's on the 8-ball here. Pretty favorable position. Played it well. Looks like he will be running out. Well, not running out, clearing up. I don't see too much problem with this 9-ball right here. Nice shot. Yep, so Harry's managed to beat Anita. And the score going into the doubles now is 20-16. So not really any sort of edge that's being achieved by any team. I think the double points will be where the huge point swings will start happening. We can time. Okay, so now that's the singles done, and the rest of the matches, every single one, we will be broadcasting on the TV table for you guys. So the first doubles match, we have the first and second player. So first and second player of each team, I think. Well, regardless, it's going to be Michel and Anita against Patrick and Harry.
So there's a shot clock in place for 9-ball league. It's 45 seconds, I think. 40 seconds. If you just broke, the shot clock is doubled, so that you have the time to think the frame through and what your strategy is going to be. But yeah, we enforce a shot clock to put a little bit of pressure on the players in a sort of team environment. That shot clock, is the shot clock in singles?
No.
The shot clock is not in place in singles, but it is in doubles. So players can discuss, but they do need to be a little hasty to avoid time fouling. But at the same time fouling is quite rare. I think at this level, most players are able to take their shot pretty quickly.
Did you say we have an extension as well? Yeah, and every single frame for doubles, if they do kind of start running out of time and they need more time, they do have one 40-second extension available. So yeah, that's just something additional. In the post edit, I think Harris will be able to put on some sort of shot clock on the screen. Will you be able to?
Probably not.
Oh, probably not. Okay,
It's
never
probably not
mind.
worth the effort. We'll only because you guys will hear us if the shot clock gets too low. We'll definitely mention it in voice. I want to say we'll give a verbal warning, but I don't think it's necessary in post.
Yeah, if anything actually happens, then yeah, we won't be timing the shot clock, but we will have Will time it for us.
So from this point on, all our matches are going to be on the TV table. So we've got this doubles, we've got another 2 doubles matches, and then 3 singles matches at the very end for you guys.
Rolled it a little short here. Harry on the ball in hand. It was a good pot. But the angle's just a little bit big, so a little bit of work to do for Patrick here. Probably best to play with a bit of mostly left. But that was a good effort. Hard shot though. Definitely not easy. Okay, so here we have Michel on the table. Michel is playing with Anita, as I mentioned before, for this doubles. I'm not sure if she has a shot on the 2 actually. Well, I mean the combo's always on, and
That was insane.
yeah, no, that was insane indeed.
And she held the 2 as well, which was on pro level.
Yeah, no, that was definitely some world class stuff, right there. Again, just really I think Anita will be one of the best players to play doubles with. I think because she can pot so well. So Michelle's definitely got herself a good partner here. Not that Michel isn't good at all by any means, because that was also a very, very insane shot there, and she landed actually, practically the best you can get from the position that she was at. So yeah, really, really nice start for this doubles for Anita and Michel.
Oh my god.
What a shot.
So while we're watching this match, I've actually got the prizes on the computer here. And surprising to me as well, because I had no idea about any of this stuff actually until I read it this morning. We've actually got heaps of prizes for this season of CueSoc League. I'm not going to go through all of them, but to summarize, first place gets a bunch of Qs, a bunch of Fury Qs, a bunch of Q cases, lots of City Heroes vouchers. Second place also gets gift cards and City Heroes vouchers. And we also had prizes for the minor premiership, which was actually UWU XD as well, which is pretty good. So what the minor premiership is during the 8 weeks of normal CueSoc 9-ball league, it's the team with the highest point score over the 8 weeks. And yeah, it was actually UWU XD as well, so they've already actually racked up some prizes, CueSoc hoodies, magic racks, all of that stuff. There was also a prize this season for the MVP, the player that scored the most points over the 8-week season, which was Weng. He actually got a bunch of stuff here. He got a McDermott glove, magic rack, some Kamui chalk, which is valued at $30, I think. Kamui chalk's always really expensive. And there was also a Most Improved Player award, which went to Gianetti. He also got a Fury Q, CueSoc hoodie, and a bunch of stuff as well.
Yeah, no, I just want to give a special shout out to Nat as well, because I actually played him in our regular season. And I remember I was on the 1 and I had a tough shot on the 2. And I tried to play safe on the 2. Didn't work out. Nat had a really, really tough shot on the 2. I still left him a relatively hard shot. But regardless, he potted the 2 and then ran all the way to the 9 and beat me. So, Nat's definitely someone I want to give from personal experience as well, give a shout out to. Um, but going back to our doubles match right here, not the best position left by Patrick on that ball in hand. So Harry ended up missing his ball, but he ended up really, really safe. And Anita just tried to get that 8 ball moving. And that was a decent leave. I think Patrick and Harry's going to discuss a bank right here, so they want to go the aggressive route with regards to this.
Yeah, this is, like I was saying before, this is one of those thin cuts, which I don't know if Patrick's lining it up or not. But he would probably take the bank in the cross corner to the top left, as you see on the screen.
Middle.
Middle?
Yeah, I think they're going for the middle.
He'll need to put some side on this if he wants to go to the middle. Yeah, because you're coming at it from such a hard angle, you need to put some side spin on that ball to make it bank into the middle.
All right, guys, watch. I have a feeling Anita's also gonna smash this in. Yeah, see, I told you. No, I told you. I'm telling you.
She's playing really well today.
No, she made something insane in the first frame in our first match, like I mentioned before, against my team. Nice shot there. Like I'm telling you this right now, dude. Like Anita's just, I don't know. Anita's just absolutely insane, to be honest. There's nothing else I could say. And she's one of the most aggressive players in CueSoc, where she has the skill to back it up as well, which is just ridiculous, to be honest.
So the score's sitting at 20-20. It's a very close final, which is quite good. We've got balanced teams here today. And so we're going to move on to the second doubles match of the set, of the doubles set.
Get me some tea. Yeah, sure. I'll give you.
We're just going to double check the scores real quick.
2 TX. Thank you.
Also on a note, you'll see Min-Jae there using a magic rack to rack up the balls. That's quite common for 9-ball league. Just keeps the ball secure and makes it a lot easier to pot the wing ball, which is what you want to be doing on a 9-ball rack. I'm sure you'll see who's breaking here. I'm sure you'll see Min-Jae break from the wing here, from either side of the table rather than the head of the table. And we'll see if either one of those wing balls goes in.
Yeah, so Harris, what do you reckon is the easiest way to break 9-ball? Like, how would you recommend people who, who when they start 9-ball, where should they place the cue ball, and where should they hit?
Oh wow, it's so the way I like to do it is it's a matter of preference which side you go from. You can take the left side or the right side, but what I like to do is put that cue ball right up against I think it's the foot string, the line that sort of marks the limit of where you can go forward, where you're breaking. And so you choose the left or the right based on preference, and then all you do is you go to the very edge. You can break off the rail or with your hand, just as long as it's in that general vicinity. And then what I like to do is put a little bit of stun, a hard stun, maybe even a slightly low. And even though I'm hitting the one full ball, I want the cue ball to sort of stun back down towards the kitchen so that the cue ball holds so I can get a shot on the one. And then as I'm doing that, hopefully the wing ball goes in so that I'm guaranteed to stay at the table. But in general, I'd say, Glanden, that anywhere, if you're just starting to play 9-ball, anywhere from the sides is usually a better 9-ball break than breaking from the head. Which I mean is like a full forward direction. Like if you place the cue ball right in the middle of the table. I think you definitely prefer to put that cue ball towards the sides, just again for the same reason, to put the force into that wing ball so that it goes into one of the pockets. As we say this, I think Patrick's really close to that 5-ball. He wants to avoid fouling here. I think it goes, but he might have to jack up. I've just heard Min-Jae remark that it's not that close. I think he can definitely pot it. He just has to avoid double tapping here with his cue.
Wow, really unlucky there. Scratch on the break, and then immediately the shot after Patrick scratched again. So already one scratch each from UWU XD. So not the greatest. No, definitely not what they were hoping for this frame.
I think Waising maybe played for the short side of the 6, but the 6-7 is not laying. Oh, 6 goes, okay.
Yeah, no, I think he was definitely trying to play the 6 into the corner, so the bottom right corner. But he kind of overran it a bit. He still managed to give Michel like a decent shot on the 6. But I think this will be the key shot of the frame. If Waising's able to make this shot, I'm confident that I think they've got this. Mimi XD will be able to take the lead. Which he did. That's a great shot right there. I think all Michel will have to do is probably just play this with stun over to the right side of the table for the stun the cue ball over. Oh, she decided to play with top. Now this leaves a harder 9 ball for Waising. It was a great putt, but this does leave a harder shot for Waising. I think he'll go for the bank. Okay. Oh no, he did go for the cut. What a nice shot. Really, really difficult shot there. But he made it look easy. And after the tight game at 20-all, I think Waising and Michel managed to put me XD on top. So, next up, Anita and Waising against Harry and Min-Jae, with Waising breaking off. So as you can see here, Waising's racking out right now.
Oh, he's not using a magic rack.
He's not using a magic rack this time. Now, Harris, why do you think some people may actually prefer not to use the magic rack?
I think the reason for that is this guy just wants to. Oh, you know what? Never mind. He's getting the magic rack. But yeah, to answer your question, if
Some people.
some people, if you ever see a person playing 9-ball and there's a magic rack available, but they choose to use the wooden rack, some of the time it's down to like it's preference. I don't really. I think it's faster to use the rack. But I think most of the time when people rack with a wooden rack, it's because they're trying to get gaps in the rack between the balls so that they can potentially get a golden break. I'd say that's the major reason.
Yeah, 100%. Either that or people actually know how exactly and where in the 9-ball rack to leave gaps, because a diamond-shaped rack like 9-ball, it's actually very easy and it's actually very predictable in a sense. If you can control your power properly, it's actually very, very predictable and very easy to figure out where balls are going. And by leaving different sorts of gaps in the rack, some people can actually have an advantage in the break. They can literally guarantee a ball on the break every single time, and also control the cue ball very, very easily. I know some pros have been caught out for doing that. I know people at City Heroes who do that. I know I've tried doing it before. only to try it out, of course, not in any sort of official match.
Was that a push out? Oh, we didn't explain the push out.
Yeah.
So in 9-ball you can push out as well. What a push out is if you have control of the table right after the shot of the break, whether you broke moist or whether you're taking the table control from someone who's broke dry, you have the option to push out. So you can hit the cue ball anywhere you like and it's not counted as a foul. This is to soften the blow on players that end up safe on a 9-ball break so that they can, reposition the cue ball wherever they want. But the trade-off is it's the opponent's choice, the incoming players, whether they want to take the push out for themselves, so shoot the shot from where the cue ball is themselves, or return that shot to whoever pushed out. I don't think that situation has been too major during this comp. I was kind of surprised that they pushed out like that previously at the beginning of this frame.
She missed the pot.
Oh, it was a foul?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it's kind of hard to hold for the 4 here. Unless he wants to back it into the middle with a bit of side. Yeah.
Yeah, so... we're using this microphone, okay. Min-Jae's left Min-Jae's gone for the bank there, the aggressive act. But he's left it pretty good as well, like a really hard shot there. Yeah, I think if Waising wanted to be aggressive, that was the only shot he had to go for the bank there. So yeah, I guess now again we'll have Min-Jae and Harry back at the table.
Pretty big pocket here, I'd say. If you undercut the 3, you still got a chance of going in off the 5. But the 5 also goes regardless of the fact that the 9's sort of almost blocking it. I think Harry will probably hit the side rail here and come back out for the 4 if he tries to do that. Oh, we tried to go the end rail. Didn't work out too well.
Now we've got a wide open table. All Anita has to do is just play this with top. You know, normal shot, and then she'll... Oh, okay, she's decided to try and go 2 rails.
I think she tried to break out the 6 there since it doesn't go unless you take the combo.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that does make a lot of sense. See, for me, when I see that, I don't hesitate taking the combo at all. Like, I would just go for the combo right there, or I would try to position a short side.
Maybe that's what she can do now. She can try and play short side here if she wants to.
Yeah, no. I think she definitely has a very good chance to do that. Oh, but she's missed the pot on the 5 and nearly knocked the 9 in. So, you know, if she hit that just a tiny bit harder, she might have actually made the 9 ball. But alas, we have, once again, UWU XD back onto the table. UWU. That wasn't me. Nice part.
What a great shot. What a solid shot that was.
Harris, why did you say UWU in such a way? That's very highly disturbing for me.
No comment. I think Harry's lining up the combo here. I think position should be easy. The 6 won't stray too far from the pocket if you just plays off the side rail and keep the cue ball up table, or down table I should say, for the camera angle. Oh, that was really close. And unfortunately, 6 laying pretty nice. Waising will just come 1 rail out for the 8. And then you can play this anyway, the 9's over the pocket. And I think this frame will go to me XD. But it's a little tough of a shot, but I think Waising will be okay. The only way you would miss this is if he hits it too thick. I don't think you can miss this too thin.
I don't think you can miss it, but I'll be a little careful of where the cue ball is going. Yeah, because this is a pretty kind of natural angle. If he just plays it, if he plays this a little too hard, you see how it's tracking towards the corner pocket. You see. If you played it just that little bit too hard, that was exactly what I was saying. That cue ball is tracking right towards that corner pocket. Waising just managed to control the pace on that, so he's okay. But I would definitely be quite scared if that's the case.
So sitting at 29-20, we're gonna get Michel and Patrick to start off the marquee singles. We're in the last leg of the competition here. All of these matches will be lag to break. And yeah, interestingly, UWU XD lost all their doubles matches, but their saving grace is that all of the singles matches here are worth double points, just like in Inter-Uni, so this is the time for the most fluctuations in score lead, score gap. And yeah, I expect these frames to take the longest, if anything, out of all of the frames, because they mean so much point value. They have so much point value, I should say, in the grand scheme of things. I think a short little intermission here. Everyone's just recomposing themselves. I think... Where's Patrick? I believe Patrick's just gone to the toilet. So we're just waiting on him and Michel. Did he go to the toilet? So yeah, I think, as I was saying before, while we wait for Patrick to come back and start this match, 29-20 is not a big lead at all. UWXD definitely has a lot of chances to make up that score gap. Just for instance here, because Michel, Anita and Waising are all four handicaps normally, they're all the same handicaps, so any match that UWXD wins here is just going to be 8 points, worth 8 points. So just winning one match would catch them up here to a 1 point gap. So yeah, like I said, a lot on the line here in this set of singles. There's a lag to break. I think Patrick's lag is a little too much pace there. And Michel will break. I'd say, as a comparison to Inter-Uni and CueSoc A-Ball League, winning the lag is so much more valuable in 9-ball league, just because you can guarantee the wing ball, and you can stay at the table so much more easily than you can with an 8-ball break, where you're probably more likely to break dry. I guess as a general message to anyone who's thinking about joining CueSoc or playing 9-ball league or 8-ball league, I would definitely recommend you to do it. As I was saying before, as I was going over the prizes, there's heaps of prizes. Even I didn't know that we had this much money value in prizes, and honestly, with a format like this, even if you're a low-skilled player, you still have a really big chance to win, to get to the finals, or even win minor premiers. And overall, it's a great experience anyway. You get to meet a lot of people, you get to learn a lot of things, you get to get better at pool, and yeah, I think it's a great experience. So this is one of the push-out situations I was mentioning before. Patrick will look to put the cue ball somewhere where it's not in a position where it can be offensively played. He doesn't want to give up too much. I think he may just... I think he's pushing to the end rail here. Okay, he's left a little awkward angle on the one to pot. I think if Michel took this in the middle, she'll be looking to scratch. So maybe this is the first rack that we've seen that maybe a little bit of safety exchange has to go down.
Ooh, so that was a...
She did the opposite of what I said.
I think, well, everyone has a different little perception on the table, of the table. And actually quite interesting to see Michel take that shot. And we would definitely say that it was an effective push out as well, in this regard.
Patrick will probably take this in the bottom left and stun across off the right rail, come back for position on the 2. Or maybe not. Maybe he could slow roll it and stick himself. I think he definitely wanted to come further than that. Sorry guys, my angle is very deceptive. I thought he had way bigger of an angle than he actually did.
Yeah, no, he had a ball in hand, so he was just trying to kind of roll a 4 for the gap between the 4 and the 8. That's what I was trying to do. But, I mean, regardless, you know, he's snookered and he kind of just has to try and jump this.
Yeah, it's actually the first instance of the jump key we've seen on any of these matches.
That was a really good hit, really good hit, and I think he's left it safe as well for Michel. So really good escape right there. Michel can see it, but she probably can't pot it. So we'll see what she tries to do. She's going for the whole rail bank. Oh my goodness!
No, I think she's playing the 7. Was she playing the bank?
No, she was playing the bank. Yeah, that's insane. That was actually crazy. Another bank. Oh.
Little awkward angle here for Patrick. I think he would probably just play conservative here, maybe stun the 3 ball into the side and play for the 4-5. At least that's what I would do. Yep, that's what he maybe did. Maybe he wanted to come up that left side of the table instead of on the right half. But at the same time, he's also got a 4-9 laying, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, not sure how wired it is, but I think he'll definitely try to get the 9 ball to at least move in this case and see where he ends up. And sometimes 9 ball, you know, because flukes count, a lot of the time you could actually get very lucky. So. Oh!
So it's not a loss for Patrick, luckily. All he has to do is respot the 9 and then his ball in hand for Michel. So she does have to run the balls out. There's no way you can unintentionally lose in 9 ball.
That was so unlucky there. Kind of a repeat of the instance between Min-Jae and Waising earlier, where Min-Jae managed to pot the 9 ball but then scratched, and then in that case the 9 ball gets respotted and the opponent gets a ball in hand. So not looking too bad here for Michel. She overran that 6 ball a little, but she still has it down into the corner. Yeah, no, that's a great shot. Great recovery shot. Maybe that's what she intended to play the whole time, actually, but I would have tried to play that 6 ball into the middle. But regardless, she's okay. Good pace right here. Needs her to roll just a little bit more. Yeah. And I think as long as she rolls this 8 ball in, she'll have the 9 ball guaranteed. So, nice shot. Oh!
Great chance for Patrick. I'm a bit scared to make predictions on what the players are going to do because I think I've gotten it wrong every time, but I would expect that he's going to roll either to the other side of the 9 or come 2 rails across for a position in the other corner, but we'll see what he does.
It's a little awkward here because he kind of has to get back above the 9 ball, yeah, like that. But that really just having to put that extra bit of spin or, you know, extra bit of spin or anything that the player wants to do to try to control the cue ball ends up making the shot, you know, so much harder. And that's kind of what happened in the case with Patrick. So. See what Michel tries to do here. Maybe she'll try to play it safe and just try and get that 8 ball down into the rail. Oh my goodness. Wait, everyone's insane. That was crazy.
I think the cut was going either way.
Yeah, it was.
But the cue ball still insured it. Oh my lord. I think not just Anita, but Michelle as well does that a lot. She tends to pull those amazing shots out of nowhere.
I mean, the two practice together all the time, you know. I'm very sure like that, you know. Anita and Michelle are very close friends. Just not just in the pool hall, but also in real life as well. And you know, so they probably give or take from each other. And that was an exhibition right there. That was insane. That was insane. Patrick has a good chance into the top left corner right here. The two balls are close to each other, which makes queuing easier. Yep. And really nice confidence stroke here to finish it off. So, I think that was our longest frame by far, Harris. And
yeah, definitely. And as I was saying before, you know, one win for UWXD brings them into that 1 point gap, 1 point deficit. So yeah, I think this is a great final because it's going to come down to these last two matches. Oh. Just doing some calculations here. It'll be 36. I think UWXD has to win this match. Yeah, UWXD has to win this match. This is between Harry and Anita. Because
no, they can lose it.
They can't. Because all these players are worth 8 points.
Oh, okay, true.
So we're sitting at 29 to Me XD and 28 to UWXD. And so, for instance, if Anita won, she would get 8 points.
Min-Jae has to break and run.
Min-Jae would have to break and run in order to win because he can only ever get 8 points, and that's UWXD is behind by 9 points. 1 point. So confusing. But yeah, the summary is Harry has to win this match, and if Harry doesn't win, Min-Jae has to break and run or run out, because a run out or a break and run is always worth an extra 4 points in this format.
Yep, same. Which was the same format as Into Uni. Yeah, which we described before. Alright, so Harry to break off here. He just won the lag against Anita. Oh wow, what a great break. Wow.
This is looking like a break and run for Harry. It's definitely not out of the question.
Yeah, no, great 3-ball break here. Everything's spread out. He's on the lowest number ball, which is the 2-ball. A little hard to kind of go from the 2 to the 4, but it's not impossible. If you can go between the 6 and the 9, pot the 2 into the side, go between the 6 and the 9. With a bit of left, he can probably come back up to basically where he's shooting from right now for position on the 4. So we'll see what he tries to do. Oh, yeah. He had to avoid that 6. He had to go in between the 6 and the 9. But, yeah, a bit unfortunate there. Especially with such a great break. You really would have wished that he could run that out. But, here, we'll have Anita back onto the table, see what other shots she's able to pull off.
So UXD will be praying that Anita makes some sort of mistake here or comes out of position. She's a little funny here. I think she'll probably roll forward for the 5 in the bottom right. Come for position for the 6 in the bottom left. And I think that's...
Or she can just slam it like that.
Yeah, that was one of the situations where Anita's playstyle actually backfires on her. She slammed that a little too hard when all she needed to do was, roll forward for that position. But even at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if she took on the 6-9 because it's not laying too badly.
Yeah, no, I think that is what she's doing. One of the matches against my team earlier today as well, she took on a 3-9. Oh! Oh! Yeah, no, I didn't even need to say anything else, dude. Like, that was straight up insane. And before we know it, now, Me XD is in a really, really prime position. They'll have to break and run.
And Min-Jae has to win the lag. He doesn't just have to break and run, he has to win the lag, which is like...
Oh, I mean, like, if he loses the lag and they break dry, he can still run out.
Yeah. But you would prefer, I think at this point, you would prefer winning the lag.
Yeah.
And Min-Jae's just given Waising that look.
I think Anita's definitely the benefactor in if Mimi XD comes out on top today. Like, the amount of work that she has put in is crazy.
We actually have Anita here right now. Wait, one word. Anita, what was going through your head when you smashed that 6-9 combo in?
It was because I couldn't get into the outer pocket, and then I felt like the other one was at risk of scratching, so I just went for the combo.
And they have it. The master.
It's so crazy. Like, every single time she hits a crazy shot, she has no reaction whatsoever. Like, it's as if, it's something... Actually, it is something that's really normal for her. Like, I've seen her hit so many crazy shots. But, like, I really wish you guys... I don't know if you guys could see it in the camera, but, she was just deadpan in the face, and she's like, yeah, that's normal. And she kind of just walks off. It's ridiculous. But, so I think Min-Jae will hope for a dry break here. And if Waising makes the ball, we could even just stop the match here, you reckon?
We'll continue to broadcast it, but we'll just give you all the end of competition info.
Yeah.
I think Min-Jae is sweating bullets right now. He actually, before this match, he came up to me, he said, Harris, how do you deal with this kind of pressure? He was really nervous when he was talking to me before, so this has put him in even more of a nerve-wracking position.
I think Waising's broken dry.
And the shot on the one.
Waising's broken dry. But the two is, but the two, I think it only goes in the top right corner. I'll be very, 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 very impressed if Min-Jae is able to somehow pot the one in position for the two. Because the thing is, guys, Min-Jae can't just combo the 9. He has to run from 1 to 9. Run all 9 balls in order. Like, he can't just maybe, try to bank the 1 into the 9. And that does not count as a run out. So,
well, looking at his options here, he's got to cut the 1 into the middle. And the only way I see him getting on the 2 is playing maybe stun right or top right, so that he checks it and comes back for the short side of the 2, because there's so many balls blocking the 7 and the 9 are blocking the 3L position, unless you can find a gap in between them. And there you have it.
Yeah, no, that's it. I think that's the game.
He was pretty close there. He hit the 6 into a 2-6, but yeah, like we said, GG.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think they're gonna play this frame out anyway, but everyone knows that they've already Me XD has already won. So great job there. I mean, they've got the same team has gotten minor premieres during April League, and
we also got it minor.
Yeah, and congratulations on UWU also, even though they didn't win the major premiere, which is this finals day. Even though they didn't get that win, they still got their minors win. So that's fantastic for them. So both teams end up with a lot of prizes today, which is great. And speaking of prizes, since right now basically this frame is kind of just just for officiating sake. And it could be over too. Min-Jae will probably just go for the 1-9. Yeah. Household will just go. Min-Jae will probably go for the 1-9 here and just end it here. But did you want to introduce some prizes or?
I think I roughly did that before, but we'll just go over the first place prizes. So each player gets a trophy. Each player gets a Fury Earthlight Cue, a 1x1 case to hold that Fury Cue, a $20 Coles Maya gift card each, and $24 worth of City Heroes vouchers each. Yeah, like I was saying before, the amount of prizes that are available is quite insane. And then UWU will get $40 Coles Maya gift cards and $32 worth of City Heroes vouchers. And we already discussed the MVP and Most Improved Player prizes before. But yeah, definitely one of the shortest of the league finals that we've ever had. Like going on about an hour and 20 minutes now, something like that in the timestamp. But yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. A thank you to the CueSoc sponsors. City Heroes provides us with tables to play on and run the competition, which is really great. Mercado is a restaurant sponsor for CueSoc. It's an Asian fusion restaurant in World Square. There's actually a 9-ball league final dinner happening right after this, where all the players from most of the teams that can make it, it's optional, but the players that can make it, we encourage them to come down for dinner, and then the whole team, or all the teams I should say, and the CueSoc team, we have dinner together, so it's quite nice. And also ARC UNSW, since CueSoc is a UNSW based society, we get a lot of funding from ARC for our equipment, to run our competitions and all that stuff, so thank you to ARC. And yeah.
Yeah, so just finishing off the formalities for this match at this point. That was a good attempt. Why didn't you play 9-ball league this season, Harris?
My schedule is really packed this sem, so I decided to give it a miss. I actually played in the first season when Anita's team won, but I know you played, Glanden. How'd you go this? How'd you go this season, as well as how did you go today, as well?
I think I played fairly well today. I would say for me personally. Our first round was against XD, who, they won, as you guys now know. Well, first round was against them, and I actually managed to get a break and run. So, I was definitely in stroke. And I think I only lost one. And of course, I was against Anita. So, I have utmost respect for her as a player. But what was funny was that originally in my match against hers, it was actually her break, but I ended up breaking and I ended up winning. And then I realized after, as I was writing the scores, that it was actually meant to be her break, and then she broke and just throughout, she ended up winning that frame. So, no complaints there. I mean, we got it wrong at the very beginning, so I'm not really fussed about that. But I personally did quite enjoy today. I'm not too fussed about losing first round, because they, XD ended up being eventual winners. And, yeah, it was a good day for me. I was queuing well. I was doing everything well. Our team didn't end up coming up on top, but that's okay. I only lost one match. So, yeah, that's my kind of little impression of how today went. Seeing these players play, Harris, as Waising's about to pot the 9-ball to kind of finish everything up. Congratulations on XD. But Does watching these players play make you want to play, Harris?
Yeah, of course. I've been adminning all day today, and I'm just itching to pound some balls.
Yeah, but anyway, I think that's all we got for you. That's the finals here. I think we just got Min-Jae and Waising kind of. I think they're just gonna play a frame just for the hell of it. But final score, we have me XD at 47 against 28 for UWU XD. And yeah, so congratulations to me XD again. And that's the end of our CueSoc 9 ball season. Great season there. Congrats to UWU XD as well. 1 for coming second and 2 for winning minors. So they're going to be the ones that's going to go home with like a million City Heroes vouchers and cues and all sorts of nice little gadgets. That's included in the prizes. But yeah, that's all for me from Glanden, and
Thanks everyone. Thanks for watching.